Okay, Jets is back playing Moonlighter.
No. You're making
Damien's here in the passenger seat.
the passenger. Take a ride, my best friends.
Yes, we were playing the Switch in a car. That's what we're doing right now.
Neat.
Yes.
It's pretty solid recording for car rides. Golem Dungeon 1. I figured I'd let him play again since he didn't get to do the dungeon delve.
Ooh, hey, don't hurt me.
Looks like he's not going to be doing the dungeon delve for very long either.
Oh, hey, I got health potions.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I'm willing to bet you're going to walk off the edge at least twice. Yikes.
Hey.
You can hit those guys from the corner. They can only shoot left, right, up, down.
So, gotcha.
Yeah.
And health potions were...
ZR? Yeah, but you only have 2 left, so...
Well, I will have to craft more.
Yeah. Can you craft them in dungeons, do you know, or do you have to...
Those are iron bars.
Yeah? And then there's your vines that were oh so precious to you.
Hey, we're gonna flood the market. Those are red vines.
Is that like crystals type?
No, they're licorice.
Huh. Actually licorice, or are you just being a dick?
Do you not know the Red Vines licorice brand?
Oh. Yeah. They sell them at a lot of movie theaters.
Yeah, that's why I was making a joke of their red vines.
Well,
they looked like red vines, so...
I'm sorry, I'm not smart enough for your
Apparently
jokes.
not.
My IQ is too low. See, this is why you needed to sell everything.
Why?
Because now you don't have any space for anything.
I have plenty of space.
You have 4 slots of inventory.
What?
You're gonna have to drop some vines.
What? Oh, I do. Well, yeah, I'll probably just get more. Like, it'd be a big deal if we lose the vines.
It costs money to use the pendant. Did you know that?
Did not know that. So you would die if you don't have money.
Yep.
Ah!
You need at least 200 to use the pendant, it looks like, and you have 50. So
Well, it would have been good before somebody convinced me to go and buy the other shop that I wasn't going to.
There's your water thing.
Yeah, I can see that.
And walk off the edge, as I'm fairly certain you're going to do at some point.
Yeah, well,
Hey, more water things. Yeah, we're doing good. We're making good progress.
Are you mocking me?
No, I would... What? Me?
Never.
No.
Whoa, what is this stuff?
I don't know, but I wouldn't walk into it. Oh, it's fine. It's just slippery.
It just means that there's slimes all around.
Oh, that one's
that's not
eating
good.
He's eating you. You died. Ooh.
It wasn't using my heal potion.
You probably can't while inside. Oh, you drop everything that's not on hand. That sucks.
You're totally going back and getting that.
I don't know if you can. I think it's just gone.
They're...
You had 6 water spheres.
Shut up. We're going to get it.
I don't know if you can.
We are going to get it. No, it's way different dungeon.
Yeah, it's all procedurally generated.
I see that.
Which is neat. I like that.
I don't, because I can't get my stuff back.
I mean, you had 90% vines, so like, I don't think you really missed out on much.
That's true. It did have some hardened steel.
I mean, yeah, but does that really matter either? Why does it throw up damage when you break the pots? Hey, I wouldn't use that now.
I feel like it's whatever. I think you just throwing whatever.
Well, I know it only
Why
can
do
heal
our
you a
tools
certain
keep
amount.
disappearing? Chambers full of precious stone are left untouched. But rooms and chests holding our most basic tools keep vanishing. Huh.
Okay.
I feel like that's a tip that there's going to be something.
Or it's just a knock on the fact that the dungeon changes every time you enter it.
Maybe.
I feel like that's the most likely.
Maybe, maybe not. He said that some don't and some do, so...
Okay. Whatever you want, buddy.
Oh, I want it all.
You want to
Yeah.
hear about the time I almost died?
Oh, sure. Because I'm about to do the same.
Golem War. How are you supposed to... Can you jump? Oh, yeah, you can roll.
Oh, yeah? What was that?
ZL. get as he's about to hit you.
I've done no damage yet.
So, in middle school, right? As you may or may not know, I have asthma.
Did not know that.
So, why'd you change to your broom?
I don't know. I think I might have lost the sword.
No, I don't think you lost the sword.
Oh, I know, because it was the L. When I did the L, I pressed the wrong one, and it switched it then. But it was better. I had longer range with it anyways.
Yeah, but I don't think it deals as much damage.
It probably doesn't.
Okay. I'm not really sure why you're so hostile.
Because I died.
Yeah, well, it's what happens when you suck.
Tell me about the time that someone failed killing you.
Well, it was actually... Well, I guess it was kind of their fault. So, in middle school, it was a Friday night football game, something very popular in high school. But... Yes, I was in middle school, but the high school team was obviously the ones doing the game. And I want to say it was 8th grade, 7th, 8th grade, it doesn't really matter. But I had forgotten my inhaler at home. I have a rescue inhaler that I just neglected to bring with me. You hit them and they're like, nah, never mind, I'm sorry. We can get them. Let's do it.
I like I can get them all at once, too. It's like, oh, wow, I feel powerful. So...
But I forgot my inhaler at home, and I went to go have fun with friends, and I was just running around. I decided to race some kid, and then I started having a hard time breathing. I was like, oh, no, I'd better sit down and relax. So I sat down, and then he came up. I beat him in the race, and he wanted a rematch. I was like, nah, I'd really better not. He's like, come on, let's do it. And eventually I caved in. I was like, okay, I'll race you again. And I beat him again, but I was really having a hard time breathing now, and I didn't have my inhaler. So I was starting to panic a little bit. I was like, no, I really need to just sit down for a second. He's like, oh, come on, one more. Against my better judgment, I was like, you know what? Okay, I'll race you again. What's the worst that can happen? So I started racing, and this time he beat me by a lot, because I couldn't breathe, so I couldn't run. And after the race, he's like, haha, I won. I was like, yeah, that's cool, good for you, I'm proud of you. And I walked off to the bathroom, because it was a little cooler in there, not really fresh air for it's a bathroom, but there was less people, so I was less crowded. And they happened to have a drinking fountain right outside of it. So... I was in there, and I was in there for maybe 5 minutes, or at least to me it felt like 5 minutes, but apparently I was in there for closer to 15, 20, and the entire time I was just sitting there dying because I couldn't breathe. And eventually one of my friends came over, and he saw me just sitting on the floor next to the drinking fountain trying to breathe. And he's like, are you okay? And I looked him dead in the eye, and I said... I couldn't breathe well enough to get any words out. And so he took me over to the on-site ambulance because it's a high school football game, a high school event, so they had to have an ambulance in case somebody on the team got hurt. So he... Wow. Way to interrupt the show with your phone.
Donald Duck interrupted.
So he waddled me over to the ambulance. I'm limping along, and I got in the ambulance, and at first I'm freaking out because they helped me. I could breathe again, but then they told me that if I can't get a hold of my parents, they're going to have to drive me to the hospital.
Yeah.
Because I guess that's just something that they have to do.
Yeah.
Which is dumb. And the only reason I was really freaking out by that is because I knew ambulance trips were not cheap. Regardless of whether or not anything was wrong, I knew that just riding in the ambulance was going to cost them a lot of money, and they were going to be mad at me. But,
how dare you almost die?
I know. Finally, though, my parents, or my stepdad picked up the phone after like the 12th time calling him, and he brought my inhaler, and everything was fine. But when I left the ambulance... everybody from my class that went to the football game was sitting outside the ambulance, and then everybody kind of followed me around for the rest of the night. And I felt like a rock star. You died to the chest.
It's a mimic.
You still died.
Well, I thought about leaving, but then I was like, one more room. Stupid mimic.
And then you died. You still had 3 health potions, too.
Last I was told I only had 3, and I used 2 of them, so...
Well, it said right there you had... It doesn't matter. That was the story of the time I almost died. Was it a good story?
I wish it would have ended differently.
With me dying?
Maybe.
I wouldn't be here to tell the story.
Then I would be telling you.
Of the time Damien did die?
Yes.
Okay.
I'd be like, hey, so this guy you've never met before, he... Ooh, that hurt.
You're gonna die again in the first room you went into.
Well, it's also an really packed room.
There was 3 guys in it.
There's 3 now. I also had to contend with a mimic.
That was when you died the first time.
There was a mimic. See the one I killed?
No.
It's right down there.
Nope.
Yep, it shows you that I killed it already.
Oh. I think you just really suck at this game.
I think I just suck at games in general. I'm good at shop building. And yet I hate Harvest Moon. Hey, look. It's about the same.
So, what we're saying is I should do the dungeons and you should do the shop part? And sell all the things that I get?
You know,
all
some
my hard
people
work.
like to see that there are worse gamers out there. Oh, I see. The slime area you are slower on.
Yeah. I thought it was slippery, but...
No, it's like slime. It's like...
That's a big hand.
Yeah.
I didn't notice. I was just watching you walk around and wondering what's going on the bottom of the screen there.
I don't know, but... Hey, kitten.
My cat walked in the room. Ooh. I'm proud of you for finally killing something.
What's this?
Oh. Can you go in it? That's as far as you can go?
Nope, I can... Let's go. Whoa!
Whoa!
Whoa, this is drastically different.
Yeah. That's pretty crazy. Why is the floor blue?
How did it kill me so quick?
Because you suck.
Maybe I should just, like, stand on top of it.
Yeah, probably. Alright. I think...
Done seeing me die?
Do you want to do one more run?
We're gonna do one more run.
Since it seems to last about 30 seconds anyway.
Oof. Oof. We're gonna go right into the new area.
You're gonna last less than 1 room. Yikes, he did 45 hits of damage with 1
I do
hit.
not like these new rooms.
Yeah. You are dead. I think you should avoid the new ones.
Apparently.
I think I'll give you 1 more run. That was pretty embarrassing. I think that was
30,
less.
That was 30 seconds.
I think that was less than 30 seconds. That was maybe 10.
I wonder if that's like kind of like a hint of what the next level dungeon is gonna be like.
Maybe. It could also just be. They may all have something like that is different.
Like
it
a
gives you
harder
better.
version.
Yeah, it gives you better loot if you get it. Have we figured out what the red slimes are?
The red slimes?
Yeah.
The red slimes.
Wow, thanks.
You know, sometimes you got it. I mean, like existentially, what? Oh, that guy's got rapid fire.
Neat. And he can actually walk. Nobody told me they would walk. Oh, he stole your things.
No, I think that's the one I killed. No, he didn't he?
He stole your stuff and things.
I need... One of the first things I'm buying is totally a bow and arrow.
Oh, yeah?
I can do damage from farther away.
Well, how many stuff and things do you have? You have 11 inventory slots full of stuff and things.
Of 20. Remember, I lost things.
Yeah, you lost a lot of things. I would just take it all.
Top or bottom of the bag? Oh, because it's a pot.
Or it's just because that's how it is.
I guess nothing happened if we break this. Oh, more words.
More words.
So, I was attacked by a moving rock today. Something new.
Just imagining
Can you
him write it
imagine?
down.
A rock that moves! I did what any sensible person who would do in this situation, and smacked it right back. It shattered upon the ground, leaving behind a stone heart. A core, as we have come to call it. It's one of the many unique treasures that can only be found in this dungeon, dropped by a guard unique to only this dungeon. Hence, Golem Dungeon.
Yeah.
I have to say, each of these dungeons have a very particular environment, a culture, all its own.
But how would they know this stuff if they don't have access to the other dungeons? Or at least we don't. How did they get access to these other dungeons? And if they did, why are they still in the first one?
And why is he so surprised by a rock moving in the very beginning, and yet that he knows everything else?
Yeah.
You know?
A healing pool! Yay! And a note!
Most of the notes seem to be about stuff that you kind of gathered already. Why? Why do it? Yeah, okay, we already read this one.
In this very episode, I believe.
Yes, that's right. I have explored many dungeons.
Yeah, in the very short 15 minutes that this has been.
That's it.
Yeah. Well, this seems like the end for you.
Nope, I got potions.
I got potions, bitch! You pulled out your broom.
I struck you.
Oh, 'tis but a flesh wound.
Sweeping up slime. I might as well use the broom.
Oh, yeah. How do you switch your
Oh,
weapon?
shit.
Well,
I am gonna die.
yeah. You forgot to roll, friend.
Well,
Forgot to roll again, friend.
I was pressing the wrong one.
There you go. You did it. Just in time for you to die. You're not gonna make it. I have a lot of faith in you if you couldn't tell. Why didn't you move any of the stuff you wanted to keep up to the top?
Because it's already filled.
I know, but you could have moved
I
the
see
stuff
that
you didn't
now.
want down. It's fine. Well, that's all all you killed was slime. That was it.
I killed 2 moving rock ants.
Okay.
And a couple rapid fire. Oh, that's my mother. On that note,
That's all.
Mother's calling.